I used to be where a lot of you are now, working a full-time job. I was a school teacher, spending all day at work and spending all my evenings and weekends planning the lessons for the next day or the next week. The insights I'm sharing with you now are those that propelled me forward in my own property journey, leading to enough passive income for me to actually be able to quit my full-time job as a school teacher. So this leads me to insight number 1. Investors are everywhere. It was during one of my piano lessons with an adult pupil of mine that I mentioned that I would have to miss a piano lesson the following week to attend a property networking event. After the lesson, he just started to ask me questions about property and the sorts of deals I was doing. And by the end of the conversation, he had committed £80,000, that's £80,000, 80 grand, to invest with me to finance my deals. My mind was obviously completely blown. That's totally crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all. I just found my first investor from a conversation because I was going to miss a piano lesson because I was going to attend a property networking event. You just might not know who they are. And even more importantly, they might not know who you are. And they might not know that you are looking for funds. So this is what led me to realization number 2. Investors need to know that you exist. What a revelation, eh? And if you think about it yourself, you may be someone who hasn't really put yourself out there. You need to let everyone know that you are looking to raise investor finance for your property business. You have to show that you have something to offer the investor that they don't have. So have a think about this now. What do you have that might give an investor value? Perhaps you have knowledge that the investor doesn't have. Perhaps you have more time than the investor because they're a really busy person. If you can solve investor problems effectively, you can raise an unlimited amount of funds because the investors need you. So all of this brings me to insight number 3. You must be willing to put yourself in danger of succeeding. It really, really frustrates me when I see really, really great people like yourselves who are surrounded by potential, who are surrounded by opportunity, but fail to recognize it or fail to take that opportunity. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't still happen to me. Of course it does. There are opportunities in hindsight. I look back all the time and I think, oh, why didn't I take that opportunity? Because I didn't even know it was an opportunity at the time. But I find it really frustrating sometimes when I speak to people and they are inhibiting and limiting themselves. Insight number 4. Stop making excuses. Everybody makes excuses. But you need to diminish the amount of excuses you make. You need to diminish the power that these excuses have over the action that you take. I used to have all sorts of excuses like, oh, I'm not good enough for people to lend me money. That's not for me to decide. That's for the investor to decide whether they say yes or not. When you start to understand that your excuses are just barriers, perhaps, because you feel like you can't achieve what you want to achieve, because you're worried, because you've got fear. It's understandable. Now, as many of you know, I'm a musician. You might have heard me doing some singing on Facebook or whatever. Every time I go onto a stage to sing, I have fear. What you have to do is become the master of your fear. Feel the worry, but then do the thing anyway. Speak to the investor, speak to the agent, speak to the landlord, speak to the property owner. Make the offers. So as a quick recap, number 1, investors are everywhere. Number 2, you must let them know that you exist. Number 3, put yourself in danger of success. And number 4, stop making excuses.